Thanks so much, Matt. Well, we are less than a day away from our KSLA Your Best Life Wellness Expo. One of the topics, we'll have lots of things to discuss at the expo, but one of the things you'll get the chance to get information on is cancer treatment. So joining me today in studio is Dr. Manish Dhawan, who is an oncologist for the Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center, all located across Louisiana. So first of all, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Of course. So before we get into what's specifically happening at the expo, just talk to me about your overall time treating patients. How is it in terms of helping them navigate what could be a cancer diagnosis and when they do get that diagnosis? What are the things that you focus on as a provider?
Well, actually, it's really the key challenge in treating cancer patients is essentially to first diagnose it. And that process can be fairly long drawn out and pull in different experts from different fields. So I've been caring for cancer patients in Louisiana for the past 25 years, in North Louisiana. And I've had experience in South Louisiana as well. We are now part of Mary Bird Perkins that spans several locations in the state, and it's perhaps the state's largest provider of community oncology services. So we are local and aligned with the local communities so that we can help those people come on in and get a lot of navigation and hand-holding through their diagnostic process. So essentially, once we diagnose the process, then we are able to offer a program of personalized care through all the support staff that we have, through the navigating teams, and so on and so forth. And our endeavor has been to come close to patients so that we can treat them locally in their communities.
Right. And when you talk about treatment plans, and a lot of people immediately think if cancer, then chemotherapy, or if cancer, then what they may have seen on TV or in medical shows and things like that. So can you talk about what sort of options people have depending on the type of diagnosis that they get?
Essentially, there are three treatment modalities for cancer. The oldest that has been practiced for centuries has been surgery, and that involves resecting the tumor out. Oftentimes, we use radiation treatments to shrink the tumor or offer consolidation treatment after surgery. Chemotherapy has gained ground since the mid-20th century. As we learn more about how cancer divides and grows, new treatments have come out. What has been interesting is the explosion of scientific inquiry in this field has led to many, many new options. We have now drugs that are not called technically as chemo. And of course, a lot of patients still worry about the word chemo and its side effects. So we have drugs that we call as targeted therapies, we call drugs as biological therapies, and we have a new field of drugs that is called immunotherapy. All that has made it easier to treat cancer safely and get better outcomes.
And really quickly, before we wrap up, what are the biggest things that if people are at the expo tomorrow and they're interested in learning more, how can they reach that?
Well, the important thing is to know the services that are available. And oftentimes people will have relatives in smaller towns, and we have known for a long time that there are disparities in outcomes for rural people vis-a-vis people living in big cities where tertiary care is easily accessible. But if you had an idea about services that can offer complex care in a local environment, that would be wonderful. Given by people who are local, that you see and you run into the marketplace. So we have these advantages, and we are the largest cancer care provider in the state of Louisiana. So in North and Central Louisiana, our locations are in towns like Minden, as far as out as Jonesboro, as far out as Winsboro, and we are of course in Alexandria, Shreveport, and Natchitoches. So we cover both tertiary care centers in big cities, and we provide local care in smaller towns where it is very difficult for a cancer care to be delivered locally.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Doctor. I appreciate you coming on and letting our viewers know what's available tomorrow at the Wellness Expo. And again, it's happening this Saturday from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. at the YMCA in Northwest Louisiana, the BHP on Ninth Street. It's going to be a great event.
Thank you.
Of course.